Hello everyone, welcome to EduTap and welcome to the Finance 360-degree session in which we cover all the relevant and important finance current affairs and the RBI notifications which are important from your exam point of view. And in today's session, I have brought for you a very important notification that has been released by the Reserve Bank of India. And this notification is regarding the amendment that has happened in the master direction for the issuance of the credit cards and the debit cards. So what are the changes that the Reserve Bank of India has brought? What is this amendment? What are the updates? All of this we are going to discuss in today's session. As you can understand that this is a notification of the Reserve Bank of India. So this is very important, as well as this is covered by the major newspapers. So it becomes more and more relevant. Okay. So let's start with this session. Let's start with this topic. And this is important from the objective point of view, from the RBI grade B, SEBI grade A and NABARD grade A point of view. Okay. So let's start with it. But before that, do subscribe to the YouTube channel to continue getting the relevant videos from your examination preparation point of view, and join our Telegram channel. The PDF of the session you will get in the Telegram channel. The link for the Telegram channel of EduTap is provided in the description box below. So let's start with the amendment that has happened to the master direction of the credit card and debit card issuance and conduct directions 2022. So there is the amendment that has been brought by the Reserve Bank of India on March 7th, 2024. That is this month, this year. The Reserve Bank of India has amended the master direction. So let's see that in exercise of the powers that is conferred by Section 35A of the Banking Regulation Act of 1949 and the Chapter 3B of the RBI Act of 1934, the RBI being satisfied that there is the necessary requirement in the public interest to amend the master direction. So there is the amendment that has happened and the RBI has amended certain provisions in this master direction. Okay. Now, the amended provisions contained in this circular that we are going to discuss, they shall come into effect from March 7, 2024, as this was the date when this amendment was released by the Reserve Bank of India on its website. Now, these instructions relating to the credit cards shall apply to all credit card issuing banks and NBFCs. So, the banks as well as the NBFCs, they can issue the credit cards. So, these directions, these instructions relating to the credit card shall apply to all the credit card issuing banks and NBFCs, and the instructions that are related to the debit card, they shall apply to every bank. Only bank is mentioned, every bank operating in India. Okay, so that means the banks are the ones that are able to release the debit cards. So for all the banks, for every bank operating in India, these directions related to the debit card is issued and provided. Okay. Now, you can see that this is the master direction, credit card and debit card issuance and conduct directions 2022. This is updated as on March 7, 2024, and the updated part, if you go to the master direction, the updated part is shown in the green. The updated part is shown in the green. Okay. So starting with the update that has happened, the changes that has happened, the amendment that has happened. So now all the important points we are going to discuss. So card issuers may issue business credit cards. So card issuers that are issuing the card, it can be a bank or it can be a NBFC that can issue the card. They can issue the business credit cards to the businesses, to the business entities or the individuals for their business expenditure. So business credit cards, they have to be used for the business expenditure, and the card issuers shall put in place an effective mechanism to monitor the end use of the funds, so that there is no money laundering that is happening or there is no terrorist financing that is happening. So that has to be monitored, that where the end use of the funds is happening from this business credit card, as well as it has to be seen that the money is used for the business purposes only. Okay. Business credit cards can be issued together with the add-on cards wherever required. So what are the add-on cards that we will understand? But first of all, try to understand that there is a business card, let's say of entity EduTap. So EduTap has a business card, and there are like two co-founders of EduTap as well as some senior members of EduTap. So now there is only one business credit card, but all these important members of EduTap has to use the credit card for different business purposes, for buying the books, for purchasing the laptop, for the activities, for the research and such. So there is the different purchase that has to happen for in regards to the business. Okay. So that's why there is a one business credit card that has the overall limit, and with this business card there is the add-on cards that are provided, that are given to these other important people in the EduTap. So that is the idea that you can understand. I was just trying to tell you an example. So the add-on credit cards, they are the supplementary credit card to the principal or primary credit card. So there is a principal or primary credit card that is there, and there are the supplementary credit cards that are provided with this primary credit card. So that are known as the add-on credit card. These are issued to person or persons with predefined relationship with the primary card holder. So here the primary card holder is the EduTap, and let's say there is one co-founder of EduTap is getting the primary credit card, and the other important entities or other important people in the EduTap are getting the add-on cards. So the add-on cards are issued to persons, or these supplementary credit cards are issued to persons with predefined relationship with the primary card holder within the credit limits and liability of the latter. So the primary credit card, it has some credit limit, that is the total credit limit for all the cards. Okay, so these are the add-on cards that will be under the overall credit limit that is with the primary credit card. So let's say primary credit card has the overall limit of 1 lakh rupees. So this is the limit that has to be followed. So this card is using 10,000 rupees. This card is using 50,000 rupees. This card is using 10,000 rupees. So overall, the limit is 1 lakh for this primary credit card, and all the add-on cards, they have to follow the limit of the primary credit card. Okay, so this is the idea, the add-on cards. I hope you have understood very easily. Not only for the businesses, even in the households, this add-on cards can be used. So primary credit card, let's say my mother has a primary credit card. So me and my brother, we are using the add-on cards with my mother. So overall credit limit, the hold on the primary credit card, she can also limit my expenditure and my brother's expenditure, you can say, or she can block us from using the add-on credit cards also whenever she wants. So this is the power that is with the primary credit card. They can block the usage also, they can put some limits also. So that is the idea. So business credit cards can be issued together with add-on cards wherever is required. Okay, next is failure on the part of the card issuers to complete the process of closure within 7 working days. So if I have requested to close my credit card and the card issuer has not completed the process of closure within 7 working days, then this shall result in a penalty of rupees 500 per calendar day. So per day I will be getting 500 rupees, and that will be paid by the card issuer as a penalty, okay, of delay payable to the cardholder. So that is failure on the part of the card issuer to complete the process of closure within 7 working days shall result in a penalty of rupees 500 per calendar day of delay payable to the cardholder till the closure of the account, provided there is no outstanding in the account. So what does this mean? That let's say that I have not paid the complete amount, okay, and I am saying that close my card, but I have not paid. Let's say I have used the credit limit till 1 lakh, and I have only paid 50,000, and the 50,000 is still outstanding in my account, and still I am saying that okay, close my credit card. So that credit card can actually not close because you have not paid the full amount. First pay the full amount, and after that you can close the card. That is the simple rule. So if there is any outstanding amount in the card, then the card will not be closed by the card issuer. But if there is no such thing, there is no outstanding in the account, then the card has to be closed. Okay, so failure on the part of the card issuer to complete the process of closure, if it is not happening within 7 working days, then you will be getting the rupees 500 per calendar day of the delay payable. Okay, so this is the idea. Next is card issuers shall inform the card holders of the implications of the paying only the minimum amount due. So this is an example. This is the payment summary that you can see. So this is the total payment due. Total payment due means the total amount that you have to pay is 4,219 rupees. The minimum payment due, that is the minimum amount that you can pay. Let's say you do not have 4,000 rupees, you do not have 4,219 rupees. So the credit card issuer is providing you a minimum payment due, that okay, this month you can only pay 100 rupees, your 4,119 rupees will be taken to the next month. Okay, so this is the minimum payment due. But here you can understand it is written clearly that making only the minimum payment every month would result in the repayment stretching over years with consequent interest payments. That means if you are only paying the minimum payment due for, let's say, in this month also you have paid the minimum payment due, in the next month also you are paying the minimum payment due, so in total 4119 of this month, 4119 of another month, and so you are, this amount is going over next months. So in total then you will have 8238, let's say. So this is the amount. On this the interest rate, because if you are not paying the full amount, so in this amount the interest will be charged in the subsequent months, in the subsequent days the interest will be charged. So the interest will keep on accumulating and accumulating and accumulating. So it is said to the card issuers by the Reserve Bank of India that the card issuers have to inform the card holders of the implication of paying only the minimum amount due. And here you can see, so this is the payment summary. In this you can see how good breakdown has happened, that this is the total payment that is due, that you have to pay. This is the minimum payment due, that okay, if you are paying only this much only, it will be fine, but your like the amount that is left will be carried forward in the next months. And it is written here that making only the minimum payment every month would result in the repayment that is stretching over years or over months with consequent interest payments. Because if your payment is going overdue, or if your payment is going to the next month, that means on this payment the interest will be charged. Okay, so a warning to the effect that making only the minimum payment every month would result in the repayment stretching over years or months with consequential compound interest payment on your outstanding balance. So you can understand that this has been written in the notification of the Reserve Bank of India, that this has to be mentioned by all the card issuers, that making only minimum payment every month would result in the repayment that is stretching over months and years with consequential compound interest payment will be levied on your outstanding balance. This shall be prominently displayed in all the billing statements to caution the card holders about the pitfalls in paying only the minimum amount due. Okay, so MITC, that is the terms and conditions that has to be mentioned. The most important terms and conditions shall specifically explain that the interest-free credit period is suspended if any balance of the previous month's bill is outstanding. So that is also a clause that is there, that the most important terms and condition, this shall specifically explain that if you are not paying your complete outstanding, then the interest-free credit period will be suspended for you. And in the further months, you have to pay the interest, and the interest will be levied for you. Okay. So card issuers, they do not follow a standard billing cycle. Okay, so all the card issuers in the country, it's not like that all the banks and NBFCs, they have a standard billing cycle. It's not so. So for all the credit cards issued, they are not following a standard billing cycle. In order to provide flexibility in this regard to the card holders also, so card holders shall be provided an option to modify the billing cycle of the credit card at least once. So that is the power, that is the provision or the flexibility that has been given to the card holders with the modification that the RBI has done, that now the card holders shall be provided with an option to modify the billing cycle of the credit card at least once, okay, as per the card holders' convenience. Before reporting the default status, let's say that the card holder has defaulted, has not even paid the minimum amount due. So before reporting the default status of a credit card holder to a credit information company, the card issuer shall ensure that they are adhering to the procedure, and they inform this also, that their default status is being shared with the credit information company. So this has to be informed to the card holder. So card holder has to be intimated prior to reporting the status that you have defaulted in making the payment, and that's why we are providing this information to the credit information company. So your credit ratings are going to go down. Okay. So credit issuers, they shall report card issuers, they shall report a credit card account as past due to the credit information companies or levy penal charges, that is late payment charges and other charges, only when a credit card account remains past due for more than 3 days. That means, let's say today you have to make the payment, but you have not made the payment today. So you will be given 3 extra days. So 3 more days will be given to you. And if you are not making the payment in these extra 3 days also, then the card issuers, they can report the credit card account as past due, and they can levy the penal charges, the late payment charges, or they can also inform the credit information companies that this account is a past due. This person is not paying the amount on time. So card issuers shall report a credit card as past due to CICs or levy penal charges, other related charges, if only when a credit card account remains past due for more than 3 days. Okay. Next is, in the event the customer settles his or her dues after having been reported as a defaulter with the credit information company, the card issuer shall update the status. Now he has paid his dues, he has settled his dues. So the card issuer now has to update the status with the credit information company within 30 days from the date of settlement. As easy as that. That when the customer, so let's say today on 23rd or on 25th of the 25th of March, the payment has been settled. So within 30 days, now the status has to be updated with the credit information company from the date of settlement. So no bank shall issue debit cards to cash, credit or loan accounts. So in the loan accounts, the debit card should not be issued. So remember this, that no bank shall issue debit cards, because the debit cards, they are the cards that are issued with the savings account where your own money is going. So the debit cards, they are issued with the savings account and where you are keeping your money. Okay, so no bank shall issue debit cards to cash, credit or loan accounts. However, there is a provision, there is an exclusion, that it will not preclude the banks from linking the overdraft facility provided along with Pradhan Mantri Jan Dhan Yojana accounts or Kisan credit card accounts with debit card. So that means for these two particular accounts, there is the debit card that can be provided even with the credit card account. So that is it will not preclude the banks from linking the overdraft facility. So the overdraft facilities that is provided along with Pradhan Mantri Jan Dhan Yojana accounts. So with that also the debit card can be issued. So the overdraft facility that is provided along with Pradhan Mantri Jan Dhan Yojana account, with that the debit card can be issued, as well as the Kisan credit card accounts. With this also the debit card can be issued. So that is the idea. Okay. Now next is that the card issuers may issue other form factors in place of or in addition to the plastic debit card or plastic credit card. So here you can see wear and pay. So you can have a watch, Fitbit kind of thing where there is the through which you can pay, or with your normal watch you can buy this thing that can be attached to your watch, and through that you can tap and pay. This is the keychain. So in your keychain the Wi-Fi has been connected, so with that you can tap and pay. So these are the wearables. So card issuers may issue other form factors in place of or in addition to the plastic debit or credit card, such as the wearables can be issued after obtaining explicit consent from the customer. Okay, so these wearables can be provided. Prior approval of the RBI is not necessary for the issuance of co-branded debit cards or co-branded prepaid cards by banks and co-branded credit cards by card issuers. So there is no prior approval of the RBI that is needed if the banks want to issue the co-branded debit card. Co-branded debit card means that, okay, Axis Bank is providing the debit card, and it has done a co-branding, it has taken a co-branding partner, that is some NBFC, let's say. Okay. So this co-branding partner is going to promote the Axis Bank debit cards, is going to market the Axis Bank debit cards. So the co-branding partners, they are the partners of some bank or some NBFC. So in the case of NBFC, that is providing the credit card. Now this NBFC is partnering up with the co-branded partner who is going to market the credit card of this particular NBFC. So this co-branding partner is another NBFC. So you can understand that co-branding partners, they usually are the ones that are marketing or that are bringing the customers to the bank for the debit card or to the NBFC or the card issuers for the credit cards. Okay, so prior approval of the RBI is not necessary for issuance of co-branded debit cards or co-branded prepaid cards by banks and co-branded credit cards by the card issuers, that can be banks or the NBFC. However, urban cooperative banks, so remember this clause very clearly, the urban cooperative banks, they shall not issue debit or credit cards in tie-up with other non-bank entities. So they cannot tie up with other non-bank entities. Next is the co-branded card shall explicitly indicate that the card has been issued under co-branding arrangement. Okay, the co-branding partner, that is the partner, it can be any other bank, it can be any other NBFC, they are only the partner that are co-branding partners, they can only market the product, they cannot claim that the product is theirs. Okay, so remember this, that they can only market the product, they cannot claim that the product is there. So co-branding partners shall not advertise or market the co-branded card as its own product. Okay, the co-branding partner has to, like the co-branding partner, they are hired for the advertisement or marketing purposes, but they have to be very clear when they are advertising or marketing the product that okay, this product is of the Axis Bank, that is co-branded by let's say some NBFC that is doing the advertisement. Okay, so that has to be clearly mentioned that this is not the product of the co-branding partner, this is the product of the particular entity. In all the marketing or advertising material that is done by the co-branded partner, the name of the card issuer shall be clearly shown. So that is the complete idea, that the co-branding partner shall not advertise the co-branded card as its own product. In all the marketing or advertising material, the name of the card issuer has to clearly be shown. Okay, so now co-branding partner shall not have access to information relating to transactions undertaken through the co-branded card. So the main task of the co-branding partner is what? Doing the marketing, bringing the customers to a particular bank or the NBFC. That is the task of the co-branding partner, that you are marketing the product, you are bringing the customers. That is the task that is provided to the co-branded partner. The co-branding partner shall not have access to information relating to the transactions undertaken through the card. Post issuance of the card, after the card has been issued, the co-branding partner shall not be involved in any of the processes or the controls relating to the card except for being the initial point of contact in case of grievance. So in case of grievances, the customers can go to this co-branding partner that okay, the particular bank, let's say Axis Bank, is not doing so or is not doing that. So in case of grievances, yes, the customers can put their grievances with the co-branding partner, that will be shared with the Axis Bank later on. Okay, but in any other processes, in the transactions, in the details and such, there should be no work of the co-branding partner. However, now this is the addition that has happened under the modification that is done by the Reserve Bank of India. However, for the purpose of card holders convenience, the card transaction related data may be drawn directly from the card issuer's system in an encrypted form and displayed in the co-branding partner's platform with the robust security. Simply see, the co-branding partner is doing the marketing and is bringing the customers to the particular bank or NBFC for the credit card, let's say, or to a particular bank for the debit card. So the customers, they are aware about this co-branding partner, they are connected with this co-branding partner. So the reaching out to the co-branding partner is easier for the customers because that was the first point of contact for the customers. So for the purpose of card holders convenience, for the purpose of the convenience of the customers, it has been said by the RBI that the card transaction related data may be drawn directly from the card issuer's system, from the Axis Bank system, let's say, in an encrypted form and displayed in the co-branding partners platform with robust security. Now encrypted form means that the co-branded partner cannot read the data. No one else can read the data. Only the card holder will be able to read the data, will be able to get the data. So the simple idea is that for the card holder's convenience, it has been done that the card transaction related data will be taken directly from the card issuer system in an encrypted form and will be shown in the co-branding partner platform. But this can be seen. The information displayed through the CBP's platform, through the co-branded partners platform, shall be visible only to the card holder, because he is the one that is putting the details, that is putting the OTP, that is putting the PIN. So only he will be able to see the data, and shall neither be accessed nor be stored by the co-branding partner. So co-branding partner will not be able to see the data, will not be able to store the data, but from the card issuer system in an encrypted form, the data will come to the co-branding partner platform when the card holder is putting the details, and then the card holder will be able to see the data, not the CBP. CBP will not be able to see the data, will not be able to store the data, will not be able to access the data. So that is the idea. Okay. Next is prior approval shall not be required by the banks. So all the banks, including the payment bank, including the state cooperative bank, district central cooperative bank, and the NBFCs registered with the Reserve Bank of India as the ICC, HFC, Factor, MFI, IFC, they all NBFCs that are registered with the Reserve Bank of India, they can become a co-branding partner of the card issuers. Okay, so all the banks and the NBFCs registered with the Reserve Bank of India, they can become the co-branding partner of card issuers. No card issuer shall dispatch a card to a customer unsolicited without the permission of the customer or without the knowledge of the customer. In case of renewal of the existing card, so let's say your existing debit card has expired or your existing credit card has expired. So the card holder shall be provided an option to decline the card, the same, if he or she wants to do so before dispatching the renewal card. So it's not like that the card issuer is just sending the card without any permission from the card holder. First, you have to ask your card holder, do you require the renewed card or not? Further, in case a card is blocked at the request of the card holder, because the card holder is worried that maybe the ATM that I went, someone was looking my details, someone was cloning my card maybe. So the card holder is afraid, and that's why card holder has requested the card to be blocked for a time period. Okay. Now the replacement card, the card is blocked now. The card is blocked. So the replacement card in against the block card shall be issued with the explicit consent of the card holder only. So that is the idea, that if at the request of the card holder the card is blocked, then the replacement card will be provided against the issued card with the explicit consent of the card holder. Next is, if a complainant is going to the bank or is going to the NBFC regarding any of the complaint regarding the debit card or credit card, and if that is not being solved within 30 days, then the customer can go to the Reserve Bank of India Ombudsman. Okay, so if a complainant does not get satisfactory response from the card issuer within a maximum period of 30 days from the date of lodging the complaint, he or she will have the option to approach the RBI Ombudsman or approach the offices of the RBI Ombudsman under the Integrated Ombudsman Scheme for redressal of his or her grievances. That is the idea. Now coming to the last slide. So this is all the details that we had to discuss. Okay, let me just brief it in Hindi now for you all. So first of all, the point was कि बिजनेस क्रेडिट कार्ड इशू होंगे, उसके साथ एड ऑन कार्ड्स भी इशू हो सकते हैं. एड ऑन कार्ड्स प्राइमरी क्रेडिट कार्ड के एड ऑन्स होते हैं. ओके, मतलब जितना भी प्राइमरी कार्ड का जो लिमिट है वो ही एड ऑन कार्ड का टोटल लिमिट होगा. ओके, सो दैट इज द आइडिया. नेक्स्ट पॉइंट इज कि फेलियर, अगर कार्ड इशूअर क्लोज करने में फेल होता है विद इन 7 days, क्लोज नहीं कर पाता कार्ड को, तो पेनल्टी लगेगा हर दिन फिर 500 रुपये का. ओके, सो दैट इज द आइडिया. नेक्स्ट इज कार्ड इशूअर शेल इन्फॉर्म द कार्ड होल्डर्स कि मिनिमम अमाउंट ड्यू के बारे में बताना होगा कि अगर मिनिमम अमाउंट ड्यू ही पे कर रहे हो आप, तो जितना भी अमाउंट बचा है अगले महीने से उसमें एक तो इंटरेस्ट लगना शुरू हो जाएगा और आपका कंपाउंड इंटरेस्ट लगेगा और बहुत ही ज़्यादा इंटरेस्ट पेमेंट्स बढ़ता रहेगा. और अगर आपका बिल आउटस्टैंडिंग रहता है तो आपका इंटरेस्ट फ्री जो क्रेडिट पीरियड है वो भी सस्पेंड होगा. ओके, नेक्स्ट इज कि जो स्टैंडर्ड बिलिंग साइकिल है वो अलग अलग होता है, अलग अलग कार्ड इशूअर्स के लिए अलग अलग कार्ड जो इशू हो रखे हैं उनके लिए स्टैंडर्ड बिलिंग साइकिल अलग अलग होता है। अब कार्ड होल्डर्स को एक प्रोविजन दिया गया है दैट बिलिंग साइकिल आप मॉडिफाई कर सकते हो एक बारी अपने हिसाब से। नेक्स्ट इज अगर डिफॉल्ट होता है क्रेडिट कार्ड होल्डर की तरफ से तो पहले क्रेडिट कार्ड होल्डर को बताया जाएगा कि हाँ आपका जो है क्रेडिट कार्ड डिफॉल्ट हो गया है और हम ये जो स्टेटस है ये रिपोर्ट कर रहे हैं क्रेडिट इंफॉर्मेशन कंपनी को। कार्ड इशूअर को पास्ट ड्यू माना जाएगा कि उसने पहले पेमेंट नहीं किया। अगर उसने मतलब इस डेट को पेमेंट करनी थी और उसने इस डेट के अलावा आगे 3 दिन तक भी पेमेंट नहीं की, तब उस क्रेडिट कार्ड अकाउंट को पास्ट ड्यू माना जाएगा। नेक्स्ट इज कि अगर कस्टमर सेटल कर देता है अपना पूरा ड्यू तो रिपोर्ट किया जाएगा CIC को, क्रेडिट इंफॉर्मेशन कंपनी को, विद इन 30 डेज कि हाँ इसने सेटल कर दिया है। कोई भी बैंक डेबिट कार्ड इशू नहीं कर सकता इन कैश क्रेडिट या लोन अकाउंट में। ओनली द प्रोविजन इज कि प्रधानमंत्री जनधन योजना अकाउंट के लिए और किसान क्रेडिट कार्ड अकाउंट के लिए डेबिट कार्ड इशू हो सकते हैं। प्रधानमंत्री जनधन योजना अकाउंट में ओवरड्राफ्ट फैसिलिटी जिसमें प्रोवाइड की है उसके लिए भी डेबिट कार्ड इशू हो सकते हैं और किसान क्रेडिट कार्ड अकाउंट के लिए भी डेबिट कार्ड इशू हो सकते हैं। बस इन 2 अकाउंट के अलावा किसी भी कैश क्रेडिट या लोन अकाउंट में डेबिट कार्ड नहीं इशू होगा। ओके, सो दैट इज द आइडिया। नाउ अदर फॉर्म फैक्टर्स, सो अलग अलग फॉर्म्स में इशू हो सकते हैं क्रेडिट कार्ड्स। UCBs जो हैं वो डेबिट या क्रेडिट कार्ड टाई अप में नहीं निकाल सकता विद अदर नॉन बैंक एंटिटीज। को ब्रांडिंग पार्टनर जब भी मार्केट या एडवर्टाइज करेंगे किसी भी प्रोडक्ट को, दे हैव टू मेंशन कि कार्ड इशूअर कौन है, विच इज द कार्ड इशूअर। ओके, शैल नॉट हैव एक्सेस, सो को ब्रांडिंग पार्टनर को कोई इंफॉर्मेशन एक्सेस नहीं होना चाहिए, लेकिन उन कार्ड इशूअर के सिस्टम से एनक्रिप्टेड फॉर्म में डेटा जाएगा द को ब्रांडिंग पार्टनर के प्लेटफॉर्म में। अगर कार्ड होल्डर वहाँ से इंफॉर्मेशन लेना चाहता है, लेकिन को ब्रांडिंग पार्टनर कोई भी इंफॉर्मेशन देख नहीं पाएगा, एक्सेस नहीं कर पाएगा, स्टोर नहीं कर पाएगा। सिर्फ ये विजिबल होगा, जो डेटा है वो विजिबल होगा कार्ड होल्डर को, जो कि डिस्प्ले किया गया है CBPs के प्लेटफॉर्म पे। Now coming to the details, this is the last slide. So first of all, total amount due. This is the total amount payable by the card holder as per the credit card statement generated at the end of the billing cycle. So I have shown you that 4,219, that was the total amount due. This was the total amount due that has to be paid by the card holder as per the credit card statement that has been generated. Okay, next is interest shall be levied only on the outstanding amount. Let's say out of 4,219 you have paid 3,219, so the outstanding amount is 1,000. Now only the interest will be levied on this 1,000 rupees. Okay, card issuers shall provide the list of payment modes authorized by them for making the payment towards the credit card dues. So for the credit card issuers, they have to provide a list of payment modes, that how they are able to get the payments. Okay, so if you have to make the payment of 3,219, so the credit card issuer has given you a list of payment mode, that okay, we are able to receive the payments through these methods, through UPI, through the debit card and such and such. So there is the list of payment modes that is authorized by the card issuer for making payments towards the credit card dues. In their website and billing statement also they have mentioned that through which means they are able to receive the payments. The card issuers shall advise card holders to exercise due caution and refrain from making payments through other modes. Okay, any debit to the credit card account shall be done as per the authentication framework prescribed by the Reserve Bank. So any money that is being added in the credit card account, so that has to be added with the authentication framework in mind. For business credit cards, liability is with the corporate or business entity, and the time frame provided for the payment of dues as well as adjustment of refunds, this should be agreed between the card issuer and the principal account holder. So in the corporate business card, in the corporate credit card or business credit card, there is the discussion, there is the principal entity, that is the corporate or business entity. So the principal account holder, that is the corporate or the business entity, and the card issuer, they have to come into the agreement regarding the adjustment of refunds or the time frame provided for the payment of dues. In case card issuers at their discretion decide to block or deactivate or suspend a debit or credit card. So the card issuer, that is the bank or the NBFC, is blocking the card because of some wrongdoing that has happened through this card. Let's say that this particular account has been found to be doing money laundering. Okay, there is the suspicion that this account is related to some wrongdoing. Then the card issuer at their discretion maybe can block or deactivate or suspend the card, but the reasons have to be told to the card holder through electronic means and other available modes. So that has to be done. Okay, so this is the news article. This is the complete news article, the complete modification that has been done by the Reserve Bank of India. I try to bring the important points. If you see the notification, it is of like the master direction, it is very lengthy, so I try to bring out whatever new has come up, whatever modification the RBI has done. Okay, so this is the important points that I can find, but if you want to read through the website, you can go and read. Now, as I have told you some of the important points, it will be easier for you to go through the whole of the master direction. Okay, so now this is the first question. I hope you will be easily able to answer this question. This is the second question. I hope you will be able to answer this question. Here you have to tell that which of the following statement is actually correct. Okay, so try to read the question very carefully and then try to answer the question. So these are the two questions that you have to answer. So thank you very much. If you have any query, you can